Hello everyone and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video, and today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Hulk and Wolverine 2-pack, part of the Marvel 80 Years Anniversary collection. Here we have Hulk and Wolverine displayed in the front window. We see that Marvel 80 Years in the upper left, and then we see the Wolverine and Hulk logos underneath the respective figures. On the sides, we do have some artwork of Wolverine and Hulk ripped straight from the panels of the comic, and it's going to be opposite of each other, Wolverine on one side and Hulk on the other. On the back, we're going to have the bios for each figure. Normally I read these, but go ahead and just pause it now because it would take too long to read. And then we also get a shot here of Wolverine's first appearance in Hulk 181. Technically, he was in the last panel of Hulk 180, but Hulk 181 is the collector's item for sure, as he is featured more prominently in that issue. But enough about that. Let's get this open and take a look at Hulk and Wolverine. And here is Hulk and Wolverine outside of their packaging, and if you're like me, you're either getting this set or already have this set probably for one big green reason, and that is to get yourself a green-skinned Hulk on this updated body mold. If you are not able to get the SDCC Hulk, then this is it. This is all you can get, so certainly understandable, which, by the way, I did get one of the SDCC Hulks, but I only got one, and I don't want to open it, so you're not going to see a review, plus it's a year overdue anyway for a review. So now, looking at Wolverine, though, so of course this is his first appearance look based on Hulk 181. He also makes a brief appearance in a couple of panels between Hulk 180 and 182. Nothing significant, though. So I was curious how many times in total he appeared in this costume, and it looks like that's it. Those 3 issues is going to be it for this costume. By his 4th appearance in Giant Size X-Men, this look was gone. Any X-fan will tell you that that Wolverine is going to look more like the modern Wolverine, where we have the larger shoulder pads, the whiskers are gone, and the flares on his mask are going to be more pronounced. So kind of a sticky situation to be in, because unless you're going to really display this Wolverine with this Hulk, which I'm not. I mean, Hulk I'm going to use for an Avengers display or something else, then you're kind of left with a first appearance character that you might not really be able to do much with. So that's going to be kind of tricky for me to figure out what I want to do with them. Now, we do get some accessories with this set. For Hulk, you're going to get a pair of fisted hands, and then you're going to get a pair of open gesture hands. And for Wolverine, you'll get a pair of hands with the claws on them, and then a pair of fisted hands with the claws retracted. Now, in standing straight up, Hulk is coming in at 8.5 inches tall, which makes him 21.6 centimeters, and Wolverine is coming in at 5.75 inches tall, which makes him about 14.6 centimeters, which is a great difference between these two figures. You do get that really big height disparity between the two, which you can really feel that. Now, since they don't come with any other type of accessories or anything, let's go ahead and just jump in and take a look here at the sculpt on Hulk and Wolverine. And starting first here with the Hulk, we can see a classic looking head sculpt. Very much looks like kind of a 70s style Hulk, and I think it's just the hair that makes it feel like that. Although, being just a big angry monster, I mean, you could really use this for multiple eras. It doesn't have to be the 70s era that this is kind of supposed to be, so to speak. But it looks really good. The teeth didn't get painted very well, unfortunately. That's kind of a bummer. It looks like they're a darker shade of green. Were they trying to do a darker green, maybe either on the gums, perhaps? And they missed? I don't know. That does look like a darker shade of green, though. We do see some subtle shading there, it looks like. And then the eyes are mostly good. And he's got a little something on his nose. I don't think, yeah, that's not supposed to be there. So he's got a little scuff on his nose. The eyebrows came out looking quite bushy, and then we do get some green highlights there in the hair. So very good looking head sculpt. I guess I should have mentioned when I was talking about the accessories that this Hulk does also come with a shirt, much like the Gray Hulk, although it doesn't hang on him as good as the one on the Gray Hulk. It seems to be sticking up a little bit more, so maybe I need to heat it up and get it to fit. But we just saw this, and I mean, it's a good looking piece. And I do like that we actually get a different color on it, but it's the same sculpt and everything. If you want to see a bit more on that, I think I did a pretty good job showing it off in the other review. Now, looking at the body, I'm not going to focus too much on the sculpt because at this point, this is the 3rd Hulk that I've reviewed, but I do want to show off that shading that we see here. and it's more prominent on this figure than we saw, for example, on the Gray Hulk, where we just had more of a wash going into the pecs and things like that, and then nothing else. This, we get definitely the highlighted areas there, raised on his muscles. We get it on his back, his shoulders, biceps. I mean, all over the place, even at the top of his feet. So very well done with the shading. I like that quite a bit. One downside, though, is looking at like the hands. We don't get any paint on the fingernails. So unlike that Gray Hulk, no toenails, no mani-pedi here for the green-skinned Hulk. Fist looks pretty good, too, though. Got a little bit of flashing there. That's kind of ugly, but oh well. And then the pants, same sculpt, but we don't get any real highlights on the pants either. So no extra highlights bringing out the details. We don't get white around the rips or anything like that. But of course, the purple pant Hulk definitely is a very iconic look for sure. Certainly very, again, reminiscent of like the 70s and 80s, or at least the Hulk that I can think of. I'm not going to go into the articulation on Hulk or either of these because we saw the articulation on the Gray Hulk and Red Hulk that I've done recently, and I've done quite a few Wolverine figures. Now, looking at Wolverine, so let me bring my camera down a bit here so that we can actually set him stable. There we go. So this is that classic Wolverine look. And it's a goofy look, you know, for what we know of Wolverine now, seeing him with these whiskers, and yeah, it's just kind of goofy. But it still very much feels like Wolverine. We get a big jawline, the gritting teeth, and it does look like a Wolverine figure. And it looks like, yeah, so maybe that is supposed to be gums, because it looks like that's supposed to be a gum line there, but those teeth are a little sloppy too. But otherwise, pretty cool looking figure. We get the shorter or smaller shoulder pads that are connected at the shoulder, just like on any other Wolverine figure. Unfortunately, we do get the old school peg-in blades or claws, and that does lend itself. I didn't straighten this at all. I wanted it out of the package, however it came, and unfortunately, that does lend itself to some crooked claws on there, so that is a bit of a bummer. Usually, you can heat these up and try to get them to hold in place, but yeah, that's more than likely what they're going to look like. And then the declawed hand just has no ports in it, so simple paint there, nothing too fancy. One thing I will point out, like I said, I'm not going to go over the articulation on this one either, but look at the messed up shoulder peg I have here. So that big cut there versus what it looks like there. So I have a lot more exposed disc there for that shoulder, and what that has caused, unfortunately on mine, is a very loose shoulder joint. So I'm going to have to do something to get that to hold a bit better, because there's a lot of poses that I literally just can't do. I mean, it'll hold for a second, but there's a lot of poses that I can't do because that's that short. So that is unfortunate. And then I will point out, too, he doesn't have an X on his belt because at this time he was not a member of the X-Men. He was technically, as he says in Hulk 181, working for the government to come and check out Wendigo and Hulk. So, but very cool looking figure. Not a whole lot else to it that's going to be too unique from any of the other Wolverine figures that we've seen. So, like I said, if you want to see the articulation on these, I'll try to throw a card in somewhere up here, so that way you can go back and revisit some of my previous reviews on some of that. But yeah, that's a pretty good looking figure though. And that is going to do it for this review, everyone. And of course, you knew that I was going to have to try to recreate the cover of 181, right? So here is my attempt at recreating that. Unfortunately, with the limited space that I have, Wendigo had to be much closer, and it still works. But again, kind of my gripe with this set is the fact that unless you plan on trying to recreate this cover or maybe a few panels here and there, I don't really know what to do with Wolverine. He's going to maybe have a spot with other like early appearance or first appearance type characters. You know, maybe I don't know, if I don't know what to do with Gray Hulk, maybe I can have him next to Gray Hulk as, you know, Hulk first appearance. I've been looking to get the 1944, but the World War II Captain America with the motorcycle, so that could be kind of like the first appearance. So I don't know, maybe I'll do something with that. Hulk will probably go, like I said, an Avengers setup or something like that. So, I mean, It is cool. It stinks how much this set costs just to be able to get a Hulk figure. So for that, this is going to get a little bit lower of a review for me because the price point is too high when really all you want is the Hulk figure for most people. Again, I'm not saying that I might not have at some point a fight between these two breakout, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just not really sure what I'm going to do with them. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what your plans are with Wolverine aside from having him displayed in reference to 181. How else are you going to display him? But as I said, that is it for this review. So make sure to hit that thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe for more content just like this. And as always, thanks for watching my videos and have a great day.